rooftops behind former President Donald Trump less than 2 minutes before gunfire erupted at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on Saturday. They appear to be getting into position facing the direction of the gunman who authorities say fired the shots that grazed former President Trump.
Look what happened.
Trump said a bullet struck him in the ear. Here's how the attack unfolded. President Trump was speaking from a stage located here. The suspected gunman was on the roof of another building less than 450 feet away from where Trump was speaking, with a clear line of sight. 1 minute and 32 seconds before shots are heard, we can see two Secret Service sniper teams moving into place on the roofs behind the former president. One on the south roof and one on the north roof, facing the direction of the shooter. It's unclear if they were repositioning or setting up for the first time.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country.
Moments before the shooting, we can hear nearby spectators saying they see someone with a gun.
He's going down!
While Trump speaks, the Secret Service snipers are still facing the gunman's direction. We then see an agent on the north roof pick his head up just before shots ring out at 6:15. Secret Service agents rush to pull Trump to the ground. As they rush him off the stage, blood can be seen on the bleachers behind where Trump was speaking. A spectator was killed and 2 more were critically injured at the event, the Secret Service said. The suspected gunman, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, was shot and killed, according to the FBI.
Man. Well, that happened. You know, even though it happened a couple days ago, it's still just rewatching it, you know, it impacts you still. You know, just my mind goes to like, how? I mean, why? Why would somebody do something like this? You know, just... I can't think of a rational solution for it.
I suppose more information will come out as time goes on. But I can't answer that. I have no idea why. Other than perhaps it could just be all the rhetoric. It could just be all of the things that are going on and the things that are said. You know, we've had some discussions here, and we don't get that heated or angry or, I can't say you and I see eye to eye on everything, and you know that, and but yet there's a love. I mean, there's a understanding of the value that we both have. I mean, a compassion from one for another. If you're going through something or I'm going through something, and instead of hating somebody for it, you still show love and compassion. I don't know what would make such a visceral hate or such a desire to kill, other than the fact that maybe you hear a lot of people saying, this guy's got to go. He's a Hitler. We got to put him out. We got to stop him because his popularity is growing, and he's going to kill our democracy. He's all of these different things that they're saying. A democracy simply is mob rule. I mean, that's basically what a democracy is. A republic means we go by laws, and so we're a nation that goes by laws, and we have to have a reference line. Alex, there's got to be a reference line that says that this is breaking that law. This is and to want to murder, to want to kill, is as breaking a law.
Yeah.
And so, so if we can't have two sides that can talk about differences of opinions, you may say, like abortion. My opinion would be if I know someone's going through an abortion and everything, well, instead of condemning them, firstly, I would like to think that I would take compassion on somebody that went through something and try to talk to them about reconciling and healing with God. And instead of making it a you're going to hell issue or trying to work with people and care for one another instead of hating one another. I guess his popularity is just growing too big that that when you say we got to put a target on his chest, so to speak. No, that's not exactly what was said. I think it was a bullseye. But if you got to say put a target on someone's chest and go hit them. I mean, today I went back, honestly, Alex, I went back and I watched the January 6th speech looking for what would cause an insurrection. And, I heard Donald Trump say we have to fight for what we believe. We have to fight for what we think, our ideology, so to speak. We believe that this election was rigged. We believe that this was the greatest theft of all times. And there was hundreds of thousands, or however many there were, that walked on the, how many were there? I don't even know. But anyway, there was a lot of people there from where he was speaking all the way back past the monument. I know that. It was a sea of people. But he made the comment that we need to go peacefully, democratically or whatever, protest. But I'm blown away. I'm blown away by all of that what I've watched. When I watch it, and what really hurts is that, a dad, and there's two other people critically injured. Dad was murdered. There's no other way to say it. He was protecting his child and his wife, and lost his life, and that was an act of murder. Yes. There's no way we can condone that kind of behavior. You just can't condone it. I have no idea what the young man was thinking. I don't feel like anyone in a political party should get to the point that they want to go kill somebody else because they don't see things the way you see it. If you can't communicate effectively and talk about things and show love and see the value in a life, then really maybe you ought not be in politics. Maybe you just go vote what you think and don't argue with anybody. Because if you're going to commit a crime,
my thoughts on this is that we are a divided nation right now. We're pretty much at war with each other.
Yes, we
are.
I
think that's really what's going on. Is like one side thinks that Trump could be the enemy, and so let's take out the enemy, and that's. Have we really got to that point where we hate each other so much that we have to sabotage each other?
Well, you know they call him Hitler, but who did the Hitler's act today? The other day. I mean, right?
Yeah. My thoughts is like a biblical principle can be applied to this. Like a house divided against itself cannot stand. Our nation is divided. If we stay divided and we stay hating each other, we're not gonna make it. There's war. We all know that war can happen. World War III could possibly be right around the corner. And if we're trying to fight ourselves, what's going to happen when the actual fighting happens, when they come in? It's like we can't be doing stuff like this. I watched a video with Biden, and Biden himself said, this is sick. It shouldn't happen, no, whoever did that's wrong, and we need to accept the fact that when somebody is standing up for their political views and trying to then have an assassination, try to happen to them, is like, I'm just blown away. I mean, I guess for me, I don't have that type of hatred towards anybody. People has done me wrong, and I get mad at them, but I've never once wanted to kill somebody for it. I don't know.
Well, and you're talking to two guys that have been in war, and and seen carnage, and seen things that we wish we had never seen.
Yep.
And and it's one of those things where here it is in our own our own front yard,
Yep.
so to speak, and we're watching these things happen. And I can talk about this, but I'm just really at a loss for words right now. I mean, this is kind of weird because I see so many things that just don't add up. I mean, you have a sniper facing where the shooter's at, and shots are fired, and there's no doing what you're trained to do, and the people saying there's a shooter on the roof, there's a shooter, he's got a gun, and telling it to an officer. Why doesn't he key the mic and say shooter on the roof? Why don't they set an alarm? Why don't they, do something?
Yeah.
I mean, this was a colossal failure in my take. I mean, looking at it from my perspective, I believe that this was a colossal, just a failure. I mean, big F for failure, because if you're trained to do something, I mean, you and I have been in the military. We both shot marksmen, and we know what kind of shot that was. It's an easy shot.
That's a really easy shot.
That's an easy shot.
130 yards.
Yes, I mean, and you can hit a circle. I mean, I don't know. It's just it seems to me that the job wasn't taken really seriously. And this business about the slope, you see the shooter, the sniper, the counter sniper on the slope, and the other building was domed. I mean, I don't know. It's just, how do you explain any of that? I suppose more information will come out, but I'm greatly disappointed in the whole event, because I really feel like with them seeing the shooter, some 2 minutes, that's enough time for somebody to react, for them to respond. It was enough time to take care of what had to be taken care of, and this man that lost his life protecting his family would still be with us. And these two other people that are critically injured, our prayers are with all of these people. And, of course, we pray for former President Trump, and as far as I can see, he will be elected the next president of the United States. I mean, it's pretty gutsy to stand up in that situation, and
Yeah, that was my thought when I saw him go off the stage, when he raised his fist and was I was like, man, it's like that takes a man right there, to somebody that just got shot.
Yes.
To not let it faze him.
Well, when you seen that one guy who told the media folks clear the area, and immediately, I mean, when shots are fired, you respond. Now, sometimes, those other guys, they went right around the president and did exactly what they were trained to do. The one guy froze.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're going to do. He may not have been with the Secret Service. I don't know. But there's so many things that we've seen, and we're just going to have to give it a little time and see exactly what really pans out. But I see a lot of things that just are not right. And the rhetoric's got to come down. And, we don't need to ratchet this up and want to go out and, Republicans don't go out and want to kill Democrats. You don't. You said it earlier, a house divided against itself can't stand. But look at Jesus said, a kingdom that's divided against itself brings itself to desolations. And we don't need to become a desolate nation. Right now, we need to try to find some love and be praying But I'll tell you guys on the air, Donald Trump's got my vote. I will say that because this just shows you that there's some evil out there that wants to put away a man that is wanting to put America first.
Yeah.
And in common sense, Donald Trump made a statement once where he said, "How's it a guy that's running a campaign who says he wants to do away the Make America First policies?" Just think about it. I mean, Why would you want someone to be your president that wants to say, I want to put away, American first policy. I want to put that away. But no, it doesn't add up. I mean, the ruling class, there's a ruling class of people, and it's called an oligarchy. And the oligarchy is trying to take control. They're trying to rule. They'll use people. I hate to say it, but Hillary Clinton said it once. They use them as useful idiots to accomplish, she said that, to accomplish what they want to accomplish. And so, I don't know anything about this young man yet. I really don't know. I just know that it's pretty deviant to want to go out and kill somebody. And the spirit is not right. That's a bad spirit. And, biblically speaking, and I'll just say it, the man's in hell. The young man went straight to hell. You murdered somebody, you got hit. I don't know if he repented, but I don't think he did in the situation. I think he went with a mission. And if we read the Bible, there's no way he could make it to heaven. Yeah. I mean, I'm not judging him. I'm just giving you the Bible. I mean, because like I said, I don't know. Maybe he did repent. Maybe I don't know if he even knew he killed anybody. But he killed somebody. Yeah. And that's what really bugs me. That's could have killed the former president of the United States.
Right? It's like...
Man.
I don't know. And that boy that did this, 20 years old? 20 years old? Like, he had his whole life ahead of him, and he could have gone on, done great things, but I know this one act, changed his life forever, for whatever reason. And it's just...
Well, it ended his life.
Yeah, and that's something to think about, when we're thinking about the actions that we take, it could be our very last action, that we ever take. So what is our motivation to do it? Why are we doing it? Why are we making the choices that we make? Yeah. If we're doing things for selfish reasons or out of anger, out of spite or something like that, and if that's your last action, but what's going to happen to you? These are questions. Let's think about going forward. Do we want our very last action to be having road rage? If I go out and drive and I have road rage, I say something that I shouldn't have said and then I get hit by a truck, where am I going to go?
Well, we all need to work on it. We all need to work on our anger. We all need to work on a lot of things. And, this is one thing that is just downright ugly.
Yeah. But I'd say that's just my message for us. It's let's not repay evil for evil. Let's stop being divided, and let's find some form of common ground at least, even if it's just for the nation, for America, for our kids, and for the betterment of the future. Let's find something to agree upon and stop being divided.